This is the first piece in our newly expanded prospects coverage for On the Future and the original OTF. Throughout the year, we will be writing reports such as this that will act as in-depth breakdowns of individual players or a couple at a time. We will also be providing recaps each month with short need-to-knows about everyone in the Preds system. And we hope to bring you live coverage through scouting trips to prospects at all levels. Finally, we'll provide some coverage of next year's draft class, maybe including live scouting, if we're lucky. Tolvanen will kick us off, so enjoy. The Nashville Predators' first-round pick this past summer, as most of you all know, has been exceeding expectations in his first season of professional hockey. As of today, Eeli Tolvanen has 13 goals and 23 points in 23 games for Jokerit of the Continental Hockey League. He's put nearly 100 pucks on net this season and is shooting at a 13.8% rate while averaging 1,623 minutes per game. It's certainly exciting watching Tolvanen, who could be one of the best first-round picks in this draft, putting up consistent numbers in a competitive league at his age while leading Jokerit in ice time per game. And while Nashville's current scoring woes have some fans wondering when he can come over to North America, I plan to take a contextual look at Tolvanen's success and what we can predict for the future. This will be broken down into two parts: A, an analysis of the three players ahead of him for U19 scoring in KHL history and the teams they played on, and B, an analysis of 5 established NHL players who played in the KHL at 18 and their road to the big stage. U19 scoring in the KHL. Much has been made of Tolvanen potentially breaking the U19 scoring record in the KHL, which is currently held by Evgeny Kuznetsov, who notched 32 points in 44 games in 2011. Tolvanen sits fourth on the list right now, tied for second in goals, and is on pace to hit 56 points if he plays a full season. To understand his scoring rate and how much a good team contributes to individual success, he'll analyze 3 peers. Vladimir Tarasenko, 200,910, Sibir Novosibirsk. Tarasenko scored 13 goals and 24 points in 42 games for Sibir in the 200,910 season before being drafted by St. Louis in 2010. Sibir finished just outside of the playoffs with a 22,304 record and 63 points. Tarasenko scored nearly 9% of Sibir's goals that season, which was a pretty respectable for a team that was comparatively not offensively deficient despite missing the playoffs. Regardless, Tarasenko's production that season was inconsistent. He frequently was held off the scoresheet for 2 or 3 games at a time and had several goal droughts of 3, 4, 5 or more games. Aside from putting together a strong October campaign, 9 points in 13 games, Tarasenko's 200,910 season was typical of an 18-year-old. The next season, Tarasenko's points per game dropped from 0.571 to 0.452, but his sophomore season was rather similar. It wasn't until his third season in the KHL that he broke out as a point-per-game player. Kirill Kaprizov, 201,516, Metallurg Novokuznetsk. Another player generating highlights out of the KHL this season. Minnesota's Kaprizov was in a similar situation to Tolvanen 2 seasons ago. Drafted in the 5th round in 2015, Kaprizov went back to the KHL after his draft year for his sophomore season. He scored 11 goals and 27 points in 53 games for Metallurg, which finished last in the KHL with a 143,214 record and 55 points. Kaprizov scored 8.6% of Metallurg's goals that season. Similar to Tarasenko, Kaprizov did face long stretches where he was pointless 5 or 6 games, but overall they were less frequent, and Kaprizov had 7 multi-point efforts compared to Tarasenko's 4. Kaprizov's scoring took off the next season for Salavat as he scored 20 goals and 42 points in 49 games. He's on pace to score more than a point per game this season with CSKA. Evgeny Kuznetsov, 201,011, Traktor Chelyabinsk. By far the most productive of the trio, Kuznetsov scored 17 goals and 32 points in 44 games during his third KHL season in 201,011. Much like Kaprizov and Tarasenko, Kuznetsov's team finished outside the playoffs with a 22,266 record and 64 points. He scored nearly 12% of Traktor's goals that season. Kuznetsov had 11 multi-point nights in the 201,011 season. After a few dry spells early in the season, he became a consistent nightly scorer down the stretch. The following season, Kuznetsov improved to 19 goals and 41 points in 49 games for Traktor Chelyabinsk. So how does this all compare to Tolvanen? Below is a table comparing team success, goals share, scoring consistency, and improvements in U20 and U21 seasons. Indicates projected total name season team PTS goal share longest PT streak longest dry streak year 2 PPG improvement year 3 PPG improvement name season team PTS goal share longest PT streak longest dry streak year 2 PPG improvement year 3 PPG improvement eeli Tolvanen 201,718 Joker at 133 18% 7 games 3 games Evgeny Kuznetsov 201,011 Tractor 64 12% 5 games 6 games 0.11 0.14 Kirill Kaprizov 201,516 Metalurg 55 9% 3 games 7 games 0.35 0.59 Vladimir Tarasenko 200,910 Sibir 63 9% 5 games 3 games 0.12 0.40 Colors turned prominent NH learned now that we've compared Tolvanen's scorching start to other high-profile 18-year-olds in KHL history. Let's look at prolific NHL players who got their start in the KHL. Hopefully we can find some projection path. Heads up, there will be some overlap with the first section, but this one will be more brief. Vladimir Tarasenko, 200,910, Sibir Novosibirsk. We've gone over most of Tarasenko's particulars, so this will be a brief rundown. His 200,910 season was his second in the KHL, 24 points. He went on to play 2.5 more seasons in Russia, scoring 19, 47, and 32 points respectively, before joining the Blues. Since coming to the NHL, he has scored 295 points in 351 games. Artemi Panarin, 200,910, Vita's Chekhov. Panarin spent more time in the KHL than most 5 seasons after his U19 campaign where he scored 1 goal and 9 points in 20 games for Vita's. After that, he scored 21, 31, 19, 40, and 62 points respectively in his next 5 seasons in the KHL. Since coming to the NHL in 201,516, he has 161 points in 171 games. Evgeny Kuznetsov 201,011, Tractor Chelyabinsk. Kuznetsov's 201,011 campaign was his second in the KHL. He played 3 more seasons for Tractor, scoring 41, 44, and 21 points respectively before joining the Capitals. In the NHL, he has 176 points in 254 games. Nikita Kucherov, 201,112, CSKA Moskva. The NHL's latest hot scorer only put up 5 points in 18 games in his U19 season for CSKA in 201,112. It was his second and last season in the KHL. In 201,213, Kucherov played for Quebec and Rouyn-Noranda of QMJHL and scored 63 points in 33 games. He joined the Lightning in 2013 and has scored 253 points in 306 games. Pavel Buchnevich, 201,314, Severstal Cherapovets. A rising star for the New York Rangers, Buchnevich scored 18 points in 40 games for Severstal in 201,314, his second season in the KHL. In 2 KHL seasons after that, he scored 30 and 37 points respectively. In 52 NHL games, he has 27 points. To summarize, here is all that info in table form for the sake of consistency. An NHL season counts as 25 or more games, hence why this season isn't counted. Name team KHL seasons PPG diff from first to last year. NHL seasons PPG diff from first to most recent year. Name team KHL seasons PPG diff from first to last year. NHL seasons PPG diff from first to most recent year. Vladimir Tarasenko STL 4.5 0.638 0.76950 0.833 0.415 Artemi Panarin CHICBJ 6 0.696 0.9482 0.932 0.061 Evgeny Kuznetsov WSH 4.5 0.695 0.4483 0.709 0.257 Nikita Kucherov TBL 2 0.259 0.05640 0.821 0.803 Pavel Buchnevich NYR 4 0.551 0.4711 0.488 It's clear that much of these players' NHL success was aided by maturing in the NHL. Aside from Kucherov, they spent several years in the KHL. It's important to remember that Tolvanen is only 18. Bringing him to North America at 21 or 22 wouldn't be unprecedented. Kucherov obviously went the major junior route for a moment. Oshawa owns Tolvanen's junior rights, but I doubt we'll see him in a general's sweater anytime soon. Conclusion: so what are all these numbers actually for? It's hard to truly piece together how Tolvanen's season will end or where he will be in 2 years. Here's what we do know. His consistent production is very impressive. He's playing on a really good Jokerit team, unlike his predecessors, but is still scoring nearly 20% of their goals. His resiliency over the course of the schedule will be an important tell. I'm not predicting Tolvanen will become Nikita Kucherov or Artemi Panarin, but damn, wouldn't that be nice? What seems to be evident, however, is that patience is valuable. As mentioned above, a few years seasoning in the KHL won't hurt Tolvanen. While it's possible he might see some ice time for the Preds when the KHL season ends this year, it's highly likely he returns to Jokerit for the 201,819 campaign and maybe a year or two after that. He has the ability to shatter the U19 scoring record and be a special player, but, for my money, the jury is still out. This season is still young, and he's got a long way to go. 3 key things to watch moving forward will be if he continues to carry this share of Jokerit's offense, his play late in the season and in the playoffs, and how he starts year number 2, provided he is back in the KHL. Regardless, he's an exciting kid to watch. All stats courtesy or eliteprospects.com, KHL.ru, and quanthockey.com.